Welcome to Community Connection. I'm your host, Rhett Nelson, and today we're talking about social media. According to a recent article, Twitter users recently surpassed the 1 billion mark, which just goes to show you that just about everyone is on social media these days. Unfortunately, most of us use social media for time-wasting habits, which actually works against you. There is a way to use social media to your advantage, particularly in your job search. And we've got Abby Kohut on the phone with us today. She's a social media expert and author of the book, Absolutely Abby's 101 Job Search Secrets. Abby, thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure, and thanks so much for having me.
So, Abby, you've been using social media a long time, and I'm sure you've seen it all. What are some of the biggest mistakes people make on their social media accounts?
Well, it's all about having conversations with people, so it's not just about going on Twitter and posting some things, and Twitter's really not all about you. It's about you and your interactions with people. It's a social networking site, and most people don't realize that. So what they're doing is they're just putting out tweets. I did this, I did this, I did this, and no one cares. So what they do care about is you having conversations. So it's more about, I like this that you did, and I think that everybody on my I think all of my followers should follow you, right? So you do nice things for people, and then then people do nice things for you. Because Twitter, it's really a community. It's really a bunch of nice people helping each other out. And so that's really how it works, is if you help other people, then other people start to help you, and then all of a sudden your followers start to grow.
Great point, Abby, and I know that that's worked for you because you've acquired over 12,000 Twitter followers over the years, and you know that goes for Facebook and LinkedIn as well. But let's talk about social media as a job networking tool. First of all, does using social media as a networking tool work? And if so, how can people use that to their advantage?
Oh my goodness, well, let me tell you this. As a recruiter, 97% of us are using social media to recruit, and the reason we use it is because it's free. So you need to be seriously mindful of your profile. So let's just say, for example, you're on LinkedIn and you apply for a position in the black hole. And the black hole is essentially the place where the recruiters get all of the resumes, and they sit in there until I find you. And the way I find you is with a keyword. A lot of people, what they'll do is they'll just put their titles on LinkedIn, but they won't put any description of what they did, and therefore they don't have any keywords for us to find them with. So you're sort of sitting in the black hole waiting for me to call you, and instead what you can do is go on LinkedIn and find somebody that connects you with the hiring manager. So you have to learn how to find the hiring manager. But once you do, you ask somebody that knows the hiring manager if they would be willing to walk your resume into that person so that they get to see your resume instead of just the recruiter. And that is how people are finding jobs.
Now, LinkedIn is the number one social media site for finding jobs, but you can also use Facebook and Twitter for that as well. You mentioned that one thing that's critical in finding a good job is picking the right Twitter name. Talk about that.
Well, a good example is not, for example, I'll give you a bad example. A bad example would be to choose your name. So my name is Abby Kohut, and no one is going to search for Abby Kohut. There are no job titles named Abby or Kohut, right? So if you're on Twitter and you're a job seeker, the best thing to do is to make the title equal to what you do as a career. So, for example, let's say that you're a scientist, then you could be Idaho scientist on Twitter. And that specifies that you live in Idaho and that you're a scientist. And recruiters are searching by keyword on Twitter as well. And so if they plug in scientist, you'll come up. If they plug in Idaho and scientist, you'll definitely come up. So that's how it works.
Wow. Great information, Abby. Appreciate that. Very beneficial for a lot of our listeners as well. Before we wrap things up, what would you say is the most important thing that people need to know about using social media?
Really, really, truly, the most important thing is the most simple thing, but people really overlook it, and it is completely about these words. I've been a recruiter for 18 years now, and when I first started, the way it would work is people would send in a hard copy resume, and I would look through these resumes with my eyes, and my eyes would make decisions on who the best candidates were, but now the computer is making the decisions for me. So I go in, I put in some words, and the computer gives me the list of candidates. So you need to start talking to the computer. You need to figure out what these words are, You need to get them on your resume and on your LinkedIn profile and on your social media pages of all kinds. And you need to there's a whole strategy around these words. And I work with people on these types of strategies because I really want you to get found.
By the way, if you'd like to learn more, just visit meetabby.com or check out her book, Absolutely Abby's 101 Job Search Secrets. If you know of an issue or problem in your community and would like it discussed on this program, just shoot an email to Rhett, R-E-T-T, at sandhillradio.com or give us a call at 522-1101. This has been Community Connection. I'm your host, Rhett Nelson. Thanks for listening.